Good afternoon. நம்ம இந்த வீடியோல என்ன பார்க்க போறோம் அப்படின்னா எப்படி வந்து ஒரு array of objects create பண்றது அப்படிங்கிறது தான். First of all வந்து நமக்கு என்ன தெரிஞ்சிருக்கணும் அப்படின்னா why we need to go for array of objects. So we must to know why we need to go for array of objects அப்படிங்கிறது தெரிஞ்சிருக்கணும். So we know that object அப்படிங்கிறது memory allocationக்காக தான் நம்ம யூஸ் பண்றோம். Without object இல்லாம நம்மளால எதுவுமே create பண்ண முடியாது. Okay. For example, I have one class for course registration. இப்போ உங்க கிளாஸ்ல இருக்கிற entire 52 members wants to join. அப்போ நான் என்ன பண்ணணும் அப்படின்னா I need for every object they have a separate field இருக்கும். So that எல்லாரும் என்ன பண்ணணும் 52 objects நான் create பண்ணணும். 52 object யூஸ் பண்ணி நான் என்ன பண்ணணும் அப்படின்னா 52 பேரும் ரெஜிஸ்டர் பண்ண வேண்டியது இருக்கும். கரெக்ட்டுங்களா? சோ அப்ப ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்கலி see that ஒவ்வொரு ஆப்ஜெக்ட்டுக்கும் நான் கால்குலேஷன் பண்ண ஒரு லாஜிக் எழுதுறேன் ஐ மீன்ஸ் ஒரு ஆப்ஜெக்ட் கிரியேட் பண்றேன்னா see the length of the code. So for that we need to reduce the length of the program, and for improving the readability of the program, so we are moving from normal object into the array of object. So the first thing is just let us take one simple example. I am going to create a class for one course registration. Assume you are going to register for my course Java programming. So first of all I need your name and I need your register number. It's enough. These are the two numbers I need for registration. Okay. So here I'm going to use one method to read all the inputs. I'm going to system.out.println. Enter the name of the student. So I'm going to read it. So if you want to read a runtime input, we know that there is an object we need to create so data input stream object name equal to data new data input stream. So input stream. Then I need to initialize the objects. The input memory we need to initialize. Then after that, I'm going to read it. So my name equal to, it is a string. So that simply we can use. There is no need for any conversion method. But for the next time, for a register number, so enter the register number of the student. So I need a conversion. So reg register number equal to, so it is an integer. So integer dot parseInt. Okay, so it's over. The input's over. So then I need to define output separately. So void output. I'm going to display system.out.print. So name of the student, name, and as well as I need to print the register number for each. So it will be printed up. Okay. So you know that if you want to read the inputs, there is some formality we need to do. So that a function must have handled the exception. So I need to add exception. So also we need to add a package for handling, I mean including a data input stream class. For that we need to include IO package. Then we need to create a one object. Now it's a student. So for example, S1 equal to new student. Here I didn't use any constructor, so no problem. So I need to get the input. So I need to get the input, then I need to get I want to display the output also. So the method is an output. Okay, so now it's over. Just I'm going to compile and run. So Java C, so programming is course.java. Waiting for the compilation. So if the successful compilation, then automatically the class will be created for course and as well as the main function. So there is a small error that is called input S1 cannot identify the symbol S1. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, sure. Actually here my class name is not a student, it is a course. It's a course, not a student. So I did a mistake. So I need to remove that, change this. I'm going to compile. Surely the exception will be faced. That is a spelling mistake for course. Also, you know that the main function need to be handle a exception. So we need to add exception here. So no errors. Now I'm going to run it. So Java, so my function is CM. So name of the student, for example, Karthik, and my register number 4021. So it will display as usual. So it will work for one student, fine. So I need to do the same thing for another. For example, I want to create 3 students. So what I need to do is, again, I need to create a 2 student, I mean, it's a 3 student, S1, S2, S3 like this. The only thing is we need a separate memory, it's enough. So that we need a separate memory for all, so that we need to create objects like this. So that S2 dot course, then sorry, S2 dot input, then S3 dot input. Same way, I need to know how many students are registered. So output also, if you want to display, if you want, you can display like this, correct? For easy understanding, just I'm using just input and output. I didn't do any manipulation with some other example. Just for easy understanding, I will go with the very input and output method. Okay, so let us to run this code. So I'm going to run. So that ask the 3 students information. One is Karthik. I'm going to say 21. And Sundar. So the register number 50. And I'm going with Shankar 20. See that it will be display as usual things. So assume that if I want to execute further, means that if I want to display further, that means if I need to add another some more students, I need to create it. Think about the length of the code. So that if you see the code automatically, the reader, we feel that it's not good for reading the concepts. But only the thing is there is a small changes here. Only the name of the object will be changed. And as well as the object name only differ. So instead of this, we can prefer to go with array of object. Means if you want to create a n number of objects for the same class, we can go with array of objects. We'll repeat once again. If you want to use the same template for n number of objects, you can go with array of objects. So first of all, we need to create an array structure so that it's a class name. Class name is a course. Then followed by object name. So object, so I'm going to say it is an object name, and how many objects you need. For example, I'm going to say only for 5 objects. If you want a 52, you can put a 52, new, then the class name, course, sorry, small correction here. According to the syntax of object, means array structure, that means after new operator, we need to allocate for how many number. So that there are 5 reference memory will be created in the form of array structure. Then we need to allocate a memory. So that means that we need to allocate a memory like this, obj of 0 equal to new course. So now only the memory will be, this is the memory allocated for object. So means array holds only the starting address of every object. But we need to allocate for object separately. So above memory allocated only for, means what to do? Means what to do? Means for array. This is for object. So that here there are 2 memory locations we need to create. See that there's a memory will be allocated like this. So instead of that, there is a one small part, there is only the index which is changed, so that we have to use array. It means it's a looping. And so I equal to 0. We know that this index start with 0. I'm going with the 5 objects. So first of all, I need to allocate a memory. So course of object name. So obj of I equal to new course. It will be changed. That's all. So if we want to invoke a method for all the 5 students who are getting inputs for I less than 5, I plus plus, then simply I can invoke with the help of the index. I think we already worked, already you had a practice in structure itself. The same thing, but here we have to invoke functions also. That is the thing we need to define. So instead of this input, we have to change output. Only the small correction we need if you want for 52 student. One is here we need to allocate a 52 memory, then the conditions will be changed. So instead of that, if you are interested, you can go with input method. So data input stream. So system.in. So then int n equal to, so integer dot int, so object name is yes dot read line. I guess one dimensional array. So system.out.println. So how many number of objects you want to enter? So enter the limit. So like that you have to define and work. Okay, here there is a one small correction we need. So here, if you are declaring a variable inside of the loop, only the loop variable will loop means the particular variable have a lifetime scope up to and only the end of the loop. So, but you are using a variable I in many parts, so that just I declare only one time. I'm going to clear the screen. So I'm going to compile now. There is no error. So now I'm going to run it. So Java M. It asks the limit. I'm going to give only the 2 students so that it will ask the details for only the 2 students. So name of the student. So Bhuvanesh. That's list number 8. Yeah, actually, so I did a mistake. Just a minute, I can inform you what the mistake I did. Actually, read the value of n, but I didn't change the condition in the looping so that it will execute it for means that 5 times. So there are 1, 2, 3 students obtained. So I next to go with Nishant. Then I will go with Hari. See that it will be displayed as usual things. But the problem, I mean, here the small correction in that is I need to change the value of this here. But the value of n should not exceed this maximum limit. Means should not exceed this size. In the size on the conditional exit halfway kudadu. So I'm going to clear it now. I'm going to compile. So no error and simply run it. I'm going to say only 2 objects I need to enter. So it will display as usual. If I want to need a 10 object, you can 10 it. But before that, you need to change the size of array before do that. So, so this is the thing we need to do. Even I want to say one more thing. So for example, here I have only one object. Only one size will be allocated, but while getting an input means while entering the value, I am trying to give a more than one value. Means more means it's great. The value of this n is greater than 1. So that we are trying to access the unallocated memory. See that the array index out of bound exception will be created. It means that if you are trying to access unallocated memory, the array index bound of exception will be generated. So that only we call as Java is strictly sensitive. Clear? So that if you are trying to access the memory which is the more than the memory given given memory allocation, then automatically the error will be generated. So that whenever you are going to give a size, the size should not exceed it. So now that it will be means that now see the length of the program, so automatically will be reduced. Even for 52 records, there is no changes in that. Only that here we need to identify the maximum number of students. For example, for a course, 100 students want to store. You can store it, but you can allocate only for the number of students you require for it. But the maximum strength for the course is 100. But you are fixing that the strength is 60. And you can say n is 60, then it will be allocated and it will read and assign the values. So if you go with array of object, means that if you are using the concept of array object, always if you think that if you want to create n number of object for a particular class, then you can go with array of object. It is the best way to do that. Clear? So this is the way we have to work on array of object. So there are 2 steps you need to follow. First of all, we need to create an array reference. Then we means array reference for storing the starting address of every object, and we need to allocate a memory for every object by using the array index.